The Legacy Sports Network presents Houston Area High School Basketball. Brought to you by Texan Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram GMC Buick. We hear you. Also brought to you by Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, the best pizza in town. Honest. United Community Credit Union. Be united. Quick Assist. We sell your tickets fast and at the best price. Mr. Electric. We've got the power to make things better. And by the Alanis Real Estate Group. We are real estate. Now, let's go to the basketball gym.
Hey, welcome to Matinee Basketball on the Legacy Sports Network. We're thrilled you're joining us here at 30 minutes after the supposed game time here at the North Shore High Gymnasium in Houston, Texas for this District 23 6A clash between the North Shore Mustangs and the CE King Panthers. My name is Jeff Kemps, joined by my color analyst tonight, Paul Sanchez. This afternoon's game is for second place here today, Paul.
Yeah, this is a big one in terms of district standings. You have Summer Creek, who has run away with the top spot, but second place is up for grabs still. And North Shore is looking to close out their last regular season home game with a win, but it's going to be very tough against this young and feisty King squad that is playing some of their best ball this season. So we'll see if what comes up at this matchup at this afternoon.
Well, when we come back, Paul and I will dive more into this fantastic matchup here in a moment. Stay with us. You're listening to a pregame show here on the Legacy Sports Network.
DeRoche Partners LLP, located in Houston and Dallas, offers a complete range of tax assurance and consulting services to a diverse portfolio of clients. Their team is dedicated to the highest ethics of our profession with a commitment to excellence. This is accomplished by putting an emphasis on providing superior professional services specifically tailored to meet the needs of our clients. DeRoche Partners aim to provide valuable insight, effective solutions, and maintain long-lasting business relationships. Their high recruiting standards and culture of excellence is uncommon and unrivaled. They want to wish all the student athletes good luck. Visit DeRoche Partners on the web at dpllp.cpa.
All right, Paul, let's dive into these teams. CE King Panthers today is 28-6. They're 10-2 in district play for second place. They've won 2 games in a row coming into this afternoon. The North Shore Mustang girls, 20-10, 9-3 in district play. They're in third place in the District 23 standings. They have a 3-game winning streak coming into today as well. CE King beat North Shore just a few weeks ago, 41-25, the lowest point scoring output for the girls of North Shore High School, Paul.
Well, we know that this Mustang squad can struggle offensively, and they did struggle in that game. That was their lowest scoring output. And then the CE King team, they're a very impressive team, and the more I did research on them, I started to like them more and more. They've played 2 of the top teams in the city, and they went a combined 0-4. But in the second game of those matchups, obviously Summer Creek being in that division, they've already played that season series. They've improved on them. They also played considered the number 1 team in the city, Pearland Dawson, twice. In the first game, they lost 21. In the second game, they've improved and lost by 12. First game against Summer Creek, they lost by 14, and then the second game against them, they lost by 6. So you see this team, they learn, they adapt, and they improve in the second game. And they also played Cypress Creek, which is another top 10 team in this city, improved in that second game, lost the season opener, beat them in the second time go-round. So you're really starting to like this team. They've kind of put it together, and they have a really good pieces to add to that core. And then for North Shore, this is just a game that you have to win, honestly. I'm not calling it a must-win game, but then I'm calling it a game where you just have to feel good about yourself going into the last week of the regular season, so you have that confidence for your team going into the playoffs. But this is a statement win. It was similar for what North Shore had to get on the men's side. This is a statement win for your girls' team from Coach Basin to go into the last week.
Well, when we come back, we'll chat with Paul and ask him who he's looking forward to watching here this afternoon here on the Legacy Sports Network.
If you're tired of sorting through online directories and classified ads to find your perfect home, look no further than Elio Alanis and his team with the Alanis Real Estate Group. Elio is a local real estate agent in Houston and also a CE King alum, and he just wants to help you find the perfect home for your family. Ditch the stress of going to viewing after viewing only to be let down. Connect with Elio Alanis and the Alanis Real Estate Group. Go to wearehtx.com to learn more. The Alanis Real Estate Group, we are real estate.
All right, welcome back here to the Legacy Sports Network for today's action with CE King versus the North Shore Mustangs. Paul, who are you watching for this afternoon in this North Shore versus CE King battle?
Let's start with the Panthers. I think they have the best front court in the district. They have 3 players averaging above 5 rebounds a game, best rebounding team in the district by far, and their front court is very young. You have Tiana Patterson, first team all-district last year, junior at 6'2". Layla Watson, 6'3", junior, averaging 7.25, 5.2 rebounds a game. That's going to be a battle we're watching between Burrow on the other end and Watson in the low post. They both have really good size, but the one star is a rising star on the sophomore side, Skylar Conway. She has star potential. She plays for Cy-Fair Elite, EYBL, one of the premier Nike basketball circuits for the girls' side in high school. She was the District 23 Newcomer of the Year, averages 8, 5, and 2 a game. And talking about sophomores coming into this gym, we saw a really good sophomore a couple weeks ago, Kareem Bouye. Well, with the district realignment and the UIL realignment, she will be the best junior going into the district next year. She has a lot of star potential. She's very athletic, and she is a very confident player. She had a really good summer, and then now she's carrying on to this regular season for this squad right here. But the best player that they have is Kendall Roberts. She's a senior, committed to Lamar. She's a really good downhill driver, blow by speed, good quick change of pace, and is able to get by her defenders very easily. Has averaged 11, 3, and 3 this season. And we said she's the best player on the team, committed to Lamar. A couple of scouts from Lamar and coaches from Lamar are standing below us right here. But on the other side, North Shore, they just had to get Kobe Johnson going tonight. The key to North Shore success, if you can get Kobe Johnson being aggressive early and often in this game. The UTEP commit has been a little slow and this little sluggish in the past couple of games for North Shore. And then obviously Keetra Burrow, really good presence in the low post. You need to get her involved. But then this game is just going to have to come down defensively. What they did against Summer Creek in that game, they had them here. It was the lowest scoring output they held Summer Creek to in that game. They're going to need a similar game to have it right here. And in order to be competitive, they got to convert on the looks that they didn't convert against Summer Creek with layups, and then converting at the free throw line as well.
So a few players that I'm interested to watch today is Anaya Cooper, the senior, 5'6". She has taken 297 three-pointers already on the season. And then also Mia Zuninga, the freshman, has taken 123 three-pointers. This team shoots 28% from the three-point land. And Paul also talked about Layla Watson. She's averaging 50% from the field. Well, stay with us. Opening tip is about to happen here at the North Shore Gym. You've been listening to the pregame show here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Buying or selling a home can be a bit overwhelming. That is where Alanis Real Estate Group steps in, with the help of CE King alum Elio Alanis. From the city to the suburbs and the greater Houston area, you can trust Elio Alanis. He'll work with you to find what best fits your needs, your goals, and more importantly, your budget. Elio Alanis has a reputation for exceptional customer service and making your home buying or selling experience a smooth transaction. Visit him on the web at wearehtx.com. The Alanis Real Estate Group. We are real estate.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
Real cheese, real hot, real taste is what we've got. Real fresh, real fast. All those other pizzas are a thing of the past. Mr. Gatti's Pizza in Houston on Uvalde Road offers a wide selection on their daily fast feast, all-you-can-eat pizza, pasta, salad, and dessert buffet. Don't forget about the entertainment center for the kids. Games, games, and games. Open for lunch or dinner. Gotta get Gatti's. Mr. Gatti's Pizza, the best pizza in town. Honest.
You've got tickets to the game, but something comes up. Maybe the boss sends you on the road, the kids have practice, or you just can't make the drive. That's where Quick Assist steps in. With one tap, your seats hit every major ticket marketplace at once. No more juggling apps, no more wasted time. Quick Assist, it takes the hassle out of resale and puts cash in your pocket. Pro or college sports, it's all covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on the LSN website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere. Life happens. Maybe a work trip, a family event, or you just want to watch the game at home. Don't let the tickets go to waste. With Quick Assist, your seat gets listed for sale on every major marketplace simultaneously. No more juggling apps or stressing over resale. We make it fast and hassle-free, so you save time and put money back in your pocket. From pro to college, Quick Assist has you covered. Download the Quick Assist app by scanning the QR code on our Legacy Sports Network website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere. When life gets in the way, a work trip, family plans, or even bad weather, don't let your tickets go to waste. Quick Assist makes it simple. Your seats are listed on every major marketplace at the same time, saving you the hassle and putting money back in your pocket. Whether it's the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, or NCAA, we've got you covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on our website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
All right, welcome back to the North Shore Gymnasium here for the CE King Panthers versus North Shore. CE King Panthers starting lineup: Anaya Cooper, Mia Zuninga, Tina Patterson, Skylar Conway, and Layla Watson. For the North Shore Mustangs, Charmaine Bailey, Janiyah Coleman, Kobe Johnson, Keitra Burrow, and Ty Bass. Jumping here in the game will be for the North Shore Mustangs, Kobe Johnson and Layla Watson. North Shore is going to be going from left to right on the radial dial. And CE King Panthers will be going from right to left. CE is wearing all blue here today, and the North Shore Mustangs wearing all white. Just like we keep seeing in every game here, Paul, they're struggling to find a basketball to start off with the opening tip. So here we go. We're ready to start. Welcome to afternoon basketball here at the North Shore Gymnasium Gym, and the North Shore Mustangs get the possession to start off the game. Bailey bringing it across the timeline. Over to Johnson on the left side. Back over to Ty Bass. Back over to Charmaine Bailey. Back to Johnson on the right wing at three-point land. Back to Ty Bass. Way over to Janiyah Coleman. Back to Bass. Back to Johnson for three. Short. And CE King with the rebound. Coming back down the court quickly. This is Zuninga on the left side. Now gives it over to Skylar Conway. Takes it up. Can't make it. Here come the North Shore Mustangs down the court. Charmaine Bailey's going to shoot a three. No good. And CE King gets the rebound. No score here in the first quarter. Coming back down the court is Zuninga. She's got on the right side. Just comes across the timeline. Gives it off to Patterson. There's a shot there by Conway. No good. Here come the North Shore Mustangs coming back down the court. This is Ty Bass. Back to Johnson on the left side. Back to Bass. Back to Coleman at the top of the key. Back to Bailey on the right wing. Back to Coleman at the top. Back to Johnson on the left. Down low. Great passing here by the Mustangs, and there's going to be a foul.
Both teams really trying to feel each other out in this first 1 minute of the game so far. I've really liked what North Shore has done, just working that ball outside the perimeter, but this time they were able to get it at the free throw line. Contact will be a sideline out of bounds for the first play, and we know Coach Basin is good at drawing up these plays, and we know that the Mustangs are good at executing them.
Coleman giving it out to Johnson for three from the wing. No good.
Oh, man, and these are good looks for Johnson. You like the aggression so far. She has two looks on the right wing, unable to get him to go down.
So far the Mustangs 0 for 3 from the field. CE King 0 for 2. Bailey over to Coleman in the right wing at the three-point line, being guarded by Zuninga. Zuninga guarding her tightly. Bailey way over to Ty Bass on the left side. Back to Bailey between the circles. Back to Coleman on the right side. Coleman travels.
Yeah, and they've been trying to operate, trying to get into the gas, but the Panthers are in a 2-3, and they've been recovering very well. Establish a press right here, but that's one thing that we're going to have to see. Mia Zuninga, talented sophomore, and the little miscommunication right there, not looking back at the inbounder with Skylar Conway, and I'll turn it right back over to the Mustangs, but Mia Zuninga, really talented freshman, 7 points a game. She was doing really well in that defensive 2-3. She's going to have a tough matchup with these Terror twins with Chamir Bailey and Janiyah Coleman on offensive end.
Coleman throws it into Keitra Burrow. Back to Bailey on the top of the key. Bailey trying to figure out where to go. Gives it on the right side to Tia Bass on the right wing at the three-point marker. Way over to Coleman. Coleman for three from the left side. Off the back rim, no good. Here come the Panthers down the court, and it's going to be stolen by Janiyah Coleman. She's coming back down the court, going to slow things down on the right wing. Gives it to Bass on the left side to Bailey. She's at the top of the key. This is Bass for three. No good. And she gets her own rebound. Good hustle by her. She's going to shoot a 12-footer. No good. And CE King comes down with the rebound with Watson to Zuninga.
Yeah, not the start you want for North Shore. They're not a really good shooting three-point team, and their first 5 looks have been from the three-point line. Had something in the middle range right there, unable to hit right there. They need to get downhill and get to the basket. Keitra Burrow hasn't even had a touch yet.
So here we go, CE King. This is Conway inside the three-point marker trying to drive, and she's going to get a foul going to be called on Johnson of North Shore. No score so far. 5:32 left to play here in the first quarter. 0 for 6 for North Shore from the field, like Paul said. 0 for 5 from three-point range. And CE King 0 for 2. Zuniga coming out of the game already, and they're going to bring in Jemiah Kraut to replace her. Kraut is going to inbound the ball to the left underneath the basket. Trying to find somebody underneath, and there's going to be a foul. And they're going to call the foul on Layla Watson, her second foul of the game.
Layla Watson cleared out with her elbow on Keisha Burrow. Keisha Burrow took it, and then the referee spotted that right there, giving the ball back to the Mustangs. Neither team has scored so far. Like I said, they're feeling each other out. It's a little bit of an afternoon tip after the late start.
CE King comes into the game scoring 57 points a game and North Shore 50, but so far no score here, 5:24. They're struggling to get the ball. Kraut steals it. She's going to come down the court and put it up. Can't make it. Rebound, and is rebounded there by Tina Patterson, who puts it up and in.
Immediate impact, though, from Kraut coming off the bench. Gets the steal, unable to finish, but then Patterson cleans it up.
Ty Bass with the ball. 2-0. CE King finally gets on the scoreboard for somebody here in this game. Janiyah Coleman on the top of the key. Over to Watson. Over to
There
Bass.
you go.
Down low to Burrow. Burrow puts it up, and she gets fouled at the same time.
And again, they were working around the perimeter. They went from baseline to baseline, got it into Johnson on the left side, and then she did a good pass into Burrow, who was able to get good position, throws it up, and she's going to be rewarded for 2 free throws.
Tina Patterson from CE King is fouled, is going to get called for the foul. Burrow's going to go to the line to shoot 2. North Shore shooting 71% from the free throw line. The first free throw is up and good and gives them the first points of the game. And misses the second free throw. 2-1. CE King with the lead here to start the game. Coming down the court, this is Kraut, who's coming to the game. Over to Blackshire, who's coming to the game for CE King. Back to Cooper. She's at the top of the key. Throws it back to Conway. Conway driving. Puts it up with the left hand, and she's going to get called for traveling.
That's a good matchup, though, right there. Conway, the sophomore, versus Kobe Johnson, the senior. She had a good first step on her, but then got caught up in the traffic, tried to go through, but was called for traveling.
Here come North Shore trying to get it across the backcourt. They do. Gives it to Johnson on the left side. Johnson, back over to Coleman. Coleman for 3 from the left side. No good. But Burrow gets almost a rebound. Can't get it. Here comes CE King coming back down the court. This is Cooper on the right side. Cooper slowing things up. Nice pass down low to Patterson, but can't make it. And there's a foul.
Yeah, and you talked about Janiyah Coleman, the senior. She had really good patience on the transition, brought the ball back out, and then waited for her ladies to cut down to the rim. She found a Cutting Patterson right there, unable to get the first one to go, but then fouled on the second.
So she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. CE King Patterson shooting 53% from the free throw line. First free throw is up and good off the backboard. 3-1, CE King with the lead here with 4:13 left to play here in the first quarter. Ty Bass comes out of the game. She's going to be replaced here by Kristen Davis for the North Shore Mustangs. Here's the second free throw off the back of the rim, no good. And the rebound's going to be picked up by CE King in the paint, and we're going to have a jump ball possession, and the possession arrow is going to go to CE King.
Yeah, and that was one of the keys going into the game for North Shore. There needs to be a team effort on the rebounding side. We talked about how there's 3 players, averaging 5 rebounds or more on this CE King team, and now right there they get a second chance opportunity.
So CE King leading 3-1, 4:08 left to play here in the first quarter. They're checking out Conway here at the moment.
And that's not good right there. You're already out. We mentioned Kendall Roberts, the senior that was committed to Lamar. She's not playing in this game and hasn't played in about a month. She needs to be a feature guard right there, but without Conway, they're limited, and now they got to lean on the bench a little bit more.
CE King trying to throw it in. Zuniga back in the game. She's in the right corner pocket. Back over to Cooper. Cooper over to Zuniga on the right side. Zuniga trying to drive. Gives it to Kraut. She's inside the 3-point marker. Can't make it. And the rebound's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be North Shore ball.
Yeah, and this is a game where you have to get your guards to step up like Cooper and Zuniga coming into the game. You can tell she has really good IQ, has played in a lot of good games this season, has had a lot of good experience as well. You know she's not afraid of this Mustangs team that's going to apply a lot of pressure to her. So this is a game where you got to grow up.
Kristen Davis not able to take the pass, goes out of her out of bounds. CE King with the ball, going from right to left on the radio dial. Thanks for joining us here on the Legacy Sports Network. 3-1, under 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Off to the left side to Zeninga. Zeninga to the top of the key, over to Blackshire. Back over here to Cooper. Cooper driving. Nice pass down low, but cannot hold on to it. Blackshire, it's out of bounds. It's going to be North Shore ball.
Again, great vision by Cooper. She's finding her teammates, unable to connect right there. But Cooper, she has to be the main feature guard on this CE King team.
Kobe Johnson bringing it across, trying to get it across. Over, she's on the right side. Back to Bailey. Finally get across the timeline. Back over to Johnson on the right side. Johnson back to Bailey on the left side, in between the two circles. Now bouncing to the left side. She's starting to drive. Gives it to Johnson for 3 from the right wing. Can't make it.
Yeah, and everything's coming up short for Johnson. Even in the warm-ups, everything was short. She's not getting enough lift on that shot.
She's 0 for 3 from the three-point line so far. Here comes CE King for a long three-pointer by Cooper, and she's fouled by Bailey at the same time.
There you go. She's taking her shots right there. That was a good set off the dribble handoff. Took the deep 3, and then got hit with the body contact by Bailey. Not a smart foul.
So Cooper's going to go to the line to shoot 2. She's a 46% free throw shooter, a senior, 5'6". Going to go to the line. She's going to put her right foot at the line, left foot back, dribbles a couple times, bends her knees. First shot is up, off the back of the rim, no good. 3-1, 3:10 left to play here in the first quarter. Slow going quarter here so far. The North Shore Mustangs 0 for 7 from the field. And the CE King 1 for 5.
But this is the game that you have to make it to be, Jeff, because we mentioned in that Summer Creek game, as she hits the second one right there, in that Summer Creek game, it was the lowest scoring output that the Bulldogs have scored all season. And then that maintained North Shore to be in that game for the full 32. Just didn't convert enough on the free throws and the easy looks, so she's able to hit 2 out of 3 from the line. But this is the kind of game you need to be. You need to be muddy, you need to be gritty.
So 5-1. Good pressure here at the moment by CE King, trying to get it across the timeline. Johnson finally does, gives it to Burrow. Burrow's being guarded tightly there by Kraut. Back to Bailey. Now things are slowed down. 5-1, under 3 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. To Johnson on the left side. Johnson trying to set things up. Back to Bailey in between the two circles. Over to Kristen Davis on the left side. Back to Bailey in between the two circles. Now to Briello and Anderson, who's in the game. Or to the right corner to Kristen Davis. She brings it back out to Briello and Anderson. All the way back to Bailey. Back to Anderson. We're just throwing the ball all the way around. Johnson in the far right corner to Anderson. Johnson at the three-point marker. She's trying to drive and gets stolen by Zuninga, but Burrow picks it back up. Back over to Kristen Davis. Back to Briello and Anderson. 2:20 left to play. 5-1 CE King. North Shore trying to slow things back down. Bailey in between the two circles. Back over to Kristen Davis. She wants to shoot a 3, but doesn't. Back to Briello and Anderson. She's going to shoot a 3 from the right side. No good. North Shore 0 for 8 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point range.
And again, they were working around the perimeter. I like the passing, but there was a couple of times where they missed the entry into the middle. There's a lot of space in that middle. We saw Burrow right there, and then we saw Bass. They haven't been getting in there, but they decided to keep shooting these deep threes, which they're 0 and 8 to start.
Here's Zuninga back in the game. She's bringing it across. Cooper for 3. Good.
Nice.
Cooper, a 30% free throw shooter, makes it. Again, she's at 297 coming into today's game. 8-1, CE King leading. We're under 2 minutes left to play. Over to the left side. This is Anderson for 3. No good. Bailey with the rebound. Back to Kristen Davis for 3. No good.
And again, I thought Kobe Johnson on the initial drive just to take it into the lane and get something up at the rim, but then they worked it on the perimeter. 2 easy-looking shots right there, unable to go down.
Cooper's got it on the right side. Back to Zuninga between the two circles. Stolen by Brillo and Anderson. Here she comes down the court. Zuninga trying to guard her. She relays it up off the backboard. Good.
Well, that's one way you could get on the board finally and get points in transition and points off a turnover. Zuninga, the young freshman, passing to the lane. Stolen easily by Anderson.
So it's 8-3, CE King over North Shore here at the moment. 1:14 left to play here in the quarter. They're trying to call a timeout, but they're not letting it happen. So the game is still going. Charmaine Bailey coming out of the game. Janiyah Coleman going to come back in to replace her. CE King bringing the ball from their backcourt. Zuninga being guarded by Coleman at the moment. Trying to get it across the timeline. She does. Coleman is all over. Zuninga, nice drive. Over to Blackshire, but can't hold on to it, and she's out of bounds. Zuninga, the freshman, 5'8". Boy, she was flying down the court. And now we've got a substitution coming in here for CE King. Coming in is Blake Howard, going to replace Jalen Blackshire. 8-3, 1:02 left to play here in the quarter. Johnson with the ball. North Shore trying to bring it across the court from left to right. Bouncing it to Davis. Davis has got it. She's on the sideline being double teamed. Way over to Coleman on the left side. Back to Johnson. Johnson's going to slow things down. We're under a minute left to play here in the quarter. 8-3, CE King leading. Brillo and Anderson trying to throw it down low to Burrow. Burrow puts it up, can't make it. Gets her own rebound, throws it back out, and it's going to go out of bounds. Still North Shore ball.
But good things have happened, though, whenever Burrow is able to get that entry pass in the post, unable to connect, but gets another second chance opportunity as Conway. Good for her. She's back on the bench after exiting in the first couple of minutes. Good to see her back on the court.
38 seconds left to play. Coleman throws it all the way out to Brillo and Anderson in between the two circles. Back to Burrow at the top of the key. Over to Kristen Davis at the three-point marker on the right side.
Got to give
Kristen
it to
Davis
Johnson.
driving with the left hand. Over to Johnson. She's going to shoot an 8-footer. Good.
Nice little runner on the baseline. She likes to operate in that spot right there, and good kick out by Davis.
Johnson's first points of the game. Here comes Zuninga across the backcourt. She's in the front court now. Coming, being guarded by Coleman, who's all over like a postage stamp. Here's Cooper for three. No good. And here comes the North Shore Mustangs coming back down the court quickly. Johnson behind the back dribble, driving down the lane, and she's going to get a foul, be fouled by Kraut.
Well, it took them all of the first quarter to finally get some good dribble penetration into the lane, and it'll be called for the foul as they got 8.2 seconds to operate for a sideline out of bounds play.
Coleman inbound the ball, 8-5, CE King leading. Over to Kristen Davis for three from the top of the key, off the back rim, can't make it. Zuninga with the rebound. She's coming down the court. She's going to shoot up, no good. And that's the end of the first quarter with the CE King Panthers leading 8-5. Paul and I will be right back here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Life happens. Maybe a work trip, a family event, or you just want to watch the game at home. Don't let the tickets go to waste. With Quick Assist, your seat gets listed for sale on every major marketplace simultaneously. No more juggling apps or stressing over resale. We make it fast and hassle-free, so you save time and put money back in your pocket. From pro to college, Quick Assist has you covered. Download the Quick Assist app by scanning the QR code on our Legacy Sports Network website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
All right, coming out of the timeout here into the first quarter with the North Shore Mustangs down 8-5 to CE King Panthers. The big numbers here so far in the game. CE King Panthers 1 for 5 from the 2-point range, 1 for 3 from 3. They've made 3 of 6 from the free throw line. The North Shore Mustangs 2 of 4 from 2-point range, 0 of 10, Paul, from the 3-point range, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
You would have thought they would have adjusted by the middle portion of the first quarter about that. Way too many threes, way too many outside shots, and they know that they're not a good outside shooting team, but they kept shooting, and honestly, there were some open looks, but then they weren't able to convert, so anything that has been dribble drives into the lane. That was a great pass by Davis to get something on the baseline for Johnson, which is one of her areas that she is most successful in. They need to get back to that game, have Johnson just move her on the baseline. She's a really good mover without the ball. Create a lot of opportunities for her. Keecher Burrow out the game. We're going to have to get somebody to step up like Tia Bass and Kristen Davis in the low post area.
So Coleman, Kristen Davis, Brillo and Anderson, Kobe Johnson, and Ty Bass are in for the game to start the second quarter for the North Shore Mustangs down 8-5. They have the ball.
There you go.
Down to Johnson. Nice pass. Down low to Bass. Puts it up and fouled.
Yeah, and I like having Johnson at the top of the key right there. Just operates. She has so much length and she keeps that ball high. Found a cutting Anderson at the basket. Excuse me, Bass at the basket, and then she rewarded with 2 free throws now.
So Bass going to go to the line to shoot 2. North Shore Mustangs shooting 71% from the field. Tonight they're only 1 of 2 from the line. Keitra Burrows the only one that's gone to the line so far. Right foot forward, left foot back. She's dribbling. Knees are bent. First free throw up, off the back rim, no good. Coming in for the North Shore Mustangs is Brooklyn Walker coming in for Kristen Davis. The Brooklyn Walker, the sophomore. She shoots 50% from the 3-point range. Here's the second free throw by Ty Bass. Off the back rim, no good.
Well, it's early, but we're starting to see only 1 for 4 for North Shore to start this game at the free throw line. Like they were giving up easy looks and easy points at the line against Summer Creek. That cannot happen if you were trying to pull off this upset.
So Ty Bass misses both free throws here in the game. 8-5 here so far. North Shore with the ball at the moment. Coming into the game for CE King Panthers is going to be number 34, Michaela Woodley. Coming into the game to replace Jemiah Kraut. 8-5 CE King Panthers with the lead here at the moment. North Shore with the ball. Brillo and Anderson in between the 2 circles. Over to Johnson on the left side. Johnson looking for the screen from Bass. She's trying to drive. She's going to shoot an 8-footer. Rolls around, out, no good. Here comes CE King. Zuninga bringing it across the backcourt or the front court. Being guarded here by Brooklyn Walker. Over to the left side to Conway. Conway over to Cooper. Cooper driving. Stops. Back all the way over to Conway. Conway, she's going to shoot a 15-footer.
Nice.
Good.
Pretty. Yeah, she got to her left side, and that's what she wants to operate on. Left-handed player. Nice jump shot over Johnson, as that's a turnover in transition. Ball will go back to the Panthers side. But Conway, good to see her back in the game. She took that early hit in the middle of the first quarter. Had a nice move on Johnson. That's what I wanted to see more of, that one-on-one matchup between these two stars on the court.
10-5, CE King with the lead. 7 minutes left to play here in the quarter. Zuninga being guarded by Brooklyn Walker, coming from the backcourt across the timeline. Over to Conway, back to Zuninga. Zuninga driving. She's got an opportunity, puts it up and fouled.
Yeah, and she's a tough one. She took that contact, somehow got that roll up to go out into the rim and go in for the and one opportunity. Too much speed for Bailey to keep up with her, and she committed the lazy foul, just trying to strip at it right there. But Zuninga, she's grown before our eyes. We talked about her. She's playing a lot of important minutes for this Panther squad. She's going to have to step up tonight, as the depth is already being tested for this team.
She looked like she wanted to pass that ball, and then all of a sudden she had an opportunity to put the ball up on the left side, put it up and in. Foul by Walker, and so Zuninga is going to go to the line, but we look like we're going to have a timeout as well. So Paul and I are going to take a timeout as well. 12-5, CE King leading, under 7 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. We'll be back right here on the Legacy Sports Network.
When life gets in the way, a work trip, family plans, or even bad weather, don't let your tickets go to waste. Quick Assist makes it simple. Your seats are listed on every major marketplace at the same time, saving you the hassle and putting money back in your pocket. Whether it's the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, or NCAA, we've got you covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on our website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
Welcome back. CE King with the lead, 12-5 here in the second quarter. They've scored 4 points in the second quarter. North Shore has not scored a point at the moment. Zuninga is going to go to the line to shoot. She is a 75% free throw shooter. She's ready to go already at the line. The North Shore Mustangs are standing there. We have a technical foul, it looks like, Paul.
Yeah, don't know what was assessed or if something was said after the made basket. Looks like, obviously, Zuninga hits that first one, and then ball might be rewarded back, and it's actually the follow-on from the and one, so she shoots that first one, and they elect Conway to shoot these technical free throws. Don't know what was said or what happened on the court, but that's just something that you can't commit if you're North Shore in this game, where you're already struggling offensively and you're giving the Panthers free points.
Interesting, they put Conway to the line. She's a 57% free throw shooter, where Zuninga was a 75%. She misses the first free throw. Here's her second free throw off the back rim. No good as well.
Yeah, that's very surprising. Zuninga's stroke looked really good at the line, and then Conway did hit that first jumper to start the second quarter. Maybe you wanted to see a little bit more rhythm coming out of her and get some easy ones at the line, but doesn't connect on those two, but they will get the ball back on their side, though.
CE King with the lead, 13-5. They're going to inbound the ball. Zuninga's got the ball on the left side. Dribble with the left hand. Beating guarded here by Bailey. Over to Cooper on the right side. Back to Zuninga. Zuninga's driving. She throws it off to the left side to Cheryl Reed, who's into the game. To Kristen Davis, gets the turnover. She's coming down the court, coming across the timeline. To Bailey on the right side. Over to Bass. Bass is driving. She's going to shoot a 5-footer off the glass. No good. And the rebound's going to come back to North Shore. Bailey's got the ball at the top of the key. Back over to Janiyah Coleman on the left side. Janiyah to Kristen Davis. To Bailey. Bailey standing on the right side, being guarded by Zuninga tightly. Back to Davis, all the way to Cooper on the Coleman on the left side. Down to Burrow. Burrow puts it up, can't make it. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in.
That's a great pass, though, by Coleman. She found the good seal by Burrow. She didn't finish on the first one, but then she gets the offensive board and gets on the second.
13-7, CE King with the lead. 6 minutes left to play. Zuninga bouncing the ball on the left side. She's being guarded by Bailey. Throws it way over to Cooper on the right side. Back to Zuninga on the left side. Zuninga trying to get it down low, but can't. And we're going to have a timeout by CE King. We're going to take a timeout as well. 13-7, 5:48 left to play here in the quarter. CE King with the lead. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, this is Dr. Steve Hotze. Do you struggle with joint pain that makes everyday activities a challenge? You may have been told that surgery is your only option. God has given your body an amazing ability to heal itself. At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we offer regenerative joint therapy designed to help you tap into this ability and live pain-free. Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center at 281-698-8698 to schedule your free consultation. That's 281-698-8698.
Coming out of the timeout, CE King with the lead, 13-7 so far here in the second quarter. CE King with 5 points, North Shore with 2. North Shore shooting 1 of 4 from the field, and the CE King Panthers shooting 2 of 2. Paul, who have you liked here so far? Watching the CE King Panther team here so far in this first half.
First quarter, we obviously didn't get to see much of Conway because she was hampered by that injury. She's back on the floor right now. But then Conway, I like her patience on the offensive end. She was seeking that one-on-one matchup with Johnson and got that 18-footer to go over the outstretched hands. And I've liked Zuniga's patience on the offensive end. We talk about this freshman. She has to grow up right now, and she's in the heart of district play, and she's bringing some pretty important minutes for her Panther squad. But she's playing pretty good, maybe a couple of turnovers here or there, but you got to love her play so far.
Zuniga bouncing the ball for CE King. She's the freshman, doing a great job.
That's another good
nice pass down
yeah.
low to Conway, but can't make it. It's going to be out of bounds, still going to be CE King ball. Conway missed that shot. She's 1 for 4 from the field here so far. 2 points in the game. Zuniga is going to inbound the ball. She's 5'8", freshman. She's going to be inbound the ball on the left side. Officials are having a quick little conversation. Still CE King ball. Layla Watson back in the game here for the first time since she picked up 2 early fouls. Pass way out top to Kraut. Kraut driving to Zuniga in the left corner. Good! Wow.
That was a beautifully executed play, and usually the player who inbounds the ball on the sideline out of bounds is the most dangerous one. They didn't account for her, and she ran to the corner, dished it out to Cooper, and she finds her for an open 3.
Davis for 3. Off the back rim, no good. And here comes Zuniga. She's coming down the court. Yeah. Zuniga already with 6 points in the game tonight. She averages 7 a game. She's trying to drive on Bailey. Zuniga, the freshman, boy, she's got some great poise, I tell you. Kraut has the ball. She's driving in the lane, trying to get to Watson. It's out of bounds, North Shore ball.
I like the move by Kraut. She got the good hesitation going into the paint, but that's just too low of a pass to try to get to Watson, which is your big man. That has to be something above in the air where she can get it above everybody else.
CE King leading 16-7 over North Shore with under 5 minutes left to play. Kobe Johnson coming back into the game for Kristen Davis for the North Shore Mustangs. So Kobe Johnson, Keetra Burrow, Ty Bass, Janiyah Coleman, and Charmin Bailey in the game for the Mustangs. Pressure by CE King, and they're going to call a foul there on Conway. She's going to pick up her first. Still going to be North Shore ball. 4:48 left to play here in the quarter. Thanks again for joining us for matinee basketball here at the North Shore Gymnasium. Janiyah Coleman inbounding the ball to Bailey in between the 2 circles. They're looking to their coach, Basson, trying to get the play call coming in. She's in between the 2 circles, dribbling, looking for the screen, gives it over to Johnson on the left side. Back to Bailey, back to Coleman on the right side. Back to Bailey, Bailey to Johnson. Johnson for 3, short. Rebound, back to North Shore. Johnson, she's trying to drive this time. Gives it to Burrow. Burrow in the key, back to Coleman. Down low to Bass, nice pass. Foul by Watson. She's going to pick up her 3rd.
Yeah, and I liked how they were working it around. They got it to the middle, then they kicked it right back out, but then there was an immediate pass out to the low post, getting Bass right there. And Bass, that's someone who is going to be an X factor in this game. We've seen her multiple times this season. She's able to get up here 6 or 7, 8 points a game for you. You'll take that in this kind of game, and that's the kind of offense you need. She'll get 2 here at the line.
She's a senior, 5'7". She's at the line, 0 for 2 so far in the game. Here's the first free throw up and good. 16-8. Watson's got to come out of the game. Going to be replaced here by Tina Patterson, the junior, 6'1", coming into the game for Watson, who's picked up 3 fouls here in the first half. Bass going to go to the line to shoot the second. She's 1 for 3 from the line. 16-8 CE King Panthers leading here with 4:17 left to play. And we have Janiyah Coleman falls into the lane, and it's a lane violation, and it's going to be CE King ball.
Unfortunate. That's just a mental mistake you can't make right there. Have an opportunity for free points. She made the first one, unable to get that one to go down because she steps into the lane.
So CE King Panthers trying to bring it across,
but they give it right
Cooper
back.
went out of bounds, dribbling with it, and it's back to North Shore ball.
And that's momentum right there. You could have capitalized on and made it a 3 or 4 point swing right there, but the Mustangs fortunate enough on that break.
Janiyah Coleman going to inbound the ball right next to the CE King Panther bench. 16-8 CE King with the lead. Janiyah Coleman on the left side. Gives it to Johnson. Over to Bailey. Bailey on the right side. Going around the Johnson screen. Johnson going to shoot from inside the key.
Yeah, and that did not look good.
3-point marker, no good.
That did not look good. Her feet were not set, and that was just a really rushed shot.
Here comes a 3-pointer by Conway.
Oh,
Swish.
Man. Yeah, and that was in Johnson's face again. She likes that matchup, and she wants to prove something tonight against that senior who's committed to UTEP. But she's also a star in her own self right there, getting going.
Boy, they good pressure here at the moment by CE King. We're going to have a push there on Anaya Cooper of CE King.
Yeah, and just like that, now it's in double digits right now, an 11-point lead, 19-8. Just like that, we talk about how North Shore can get in these slumps, and then it gets a little bit out of hand. That's what happened against Summer Creek, and that's what happened against Kingwood, trying to battle their way back. But it's so hard whenever you're so offensively struggling throughout the whole season. You don't know which one to rely on. And Kobe Johnson, she's been operating at the top of the key. She's been setting screens. Didn't get a good look on that shot right there, but she's also been operating the baseline. Somebody else has to step up, though, on this end.
Bailey going to go to the line to shoot. I tell you what, Paul, that three-pointer by Conway was a sweet-looking left-handed shot. She's only a 26% three-point shooter, but boy, that was a sweet stroke she had.
You like the confidence because she was 2 for 5 before that shot right there, but then that shot had such good release and good arc on it over Johnson. And like we said, that's a matchup that she's been seeking out. She's not afraid of that matchup so far tonight.
So Breloan Anderson is coming to the game here for the Mustangs. So Breloan Anderson, Janai Coleman, Bailey, Ty Bass, and Johnson in the game here for the Mustangs. Here's the second free throw by Bailey. It is up and good. 19-9, 10-point lead, 3:43 left to go. Janai Coleman trying to get the steal. Can't get it. They're giving good pressure. Zuninga, she's got the ball. She's going to be guarded by Anderson. Throw it, and Zuninga throws it out of bounds, trying to get to Kraut. Zuninga, again, a freshman. She's learning. She's looking pretty good here tonight. She's throwing a few bad passes, but that's okay. The kid is pretty impressive, I'll have to say, so far for a freshman here tonight with 6 points in the game. Bailey over to Coleman on the right side, being guarded by Zuninga. Back down low and can't hold on to the ball is Johnson, and here we come. CE King with the ball. 3:21 left to play, up by 10, 19-9. Zuninga over to the right side to Conway. Conway's got it back to Zuninga between the two circles. Being guarded by Coleman. Over to Cooper. Cooper now over to Kraut. Kraut at the top of the key. She's driving. Puts it up with the left hand. No good. But she is fouled at the same time.
Yeah, and different to what we see on the North Shore side, and there's much more intentionality and much more urgency on that end to drive into the gaps because they're not collapsing as much on this end right there. Good stuff by Kraut to get into the paint, seek the contact.
Kraut going to go to the line to shoot 2. Here's her first free throw up off the back rim. No good. She's a 43% free throw shooter coming into tonight's game.
And although we talked about the front court, which is very impressive, these guards should be able to get up and get some pace on these other guards right here. We've been seeing it. Haven't seen much in transition, which I think is because we haven't seen much turnovers on that end. But in the offensive sets in the half court, they've been able to get the first steps ahead of the defender and get good, quick change of pace.
So Kraut makes 1 of 2, 20-9. CE King with the lead here at the moment. North Shore trying to bring the ball across. Stolen. Here we come. This is Kraut down on the left side. Puts it up off the glass, and there's going to be called a blocking foul on Bailey.
Yeah, and Bailey just got there late, and just as I mentioned, there was no turnovers that they were able to get. There's one right there in transition.
So Kraut's going to go to the line again to shoot 2. She's wearing blue shoes. Right foot to the line. Free throw, first one up. Off the back rim, no good. Coming into the game for the North Shore Mustangs for the first time today is Isaiah Jackson, the junior, going to replace Kristen Davis. Nobody down in the key here for CE King for the second free throw by Kraut, and good. 22-9, CE King with the lead. Jackson's got the ball. She's on the left side. Dribbling, being guarded tightly by Zuninga. Zuninga, good pressure, and they're going to call a timeout on the North Shore Mustangs. We're going to take a timeout as well. 22-9, CE King with the lead over the North Shore Mustangs with 2:37 left to play here in the quarter. We'll be back right here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Hello, this is Dr. Steve Hotze. Do you struggle with joint pain that makes everyday activities a challenge? You may have been told that surgery is your only option. God has given your body an amazing ability to heal itself. At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we offer regenerative joint therapy designed to help you tap into this ability and live pain-free. Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center at 281-698-8698 to schedule your free consultation. That's 281-698-8698.
Coming out of the timeout, the score is actually 21-9. CE King Panthers with the lead over the North Shore Mustangs. 2:37 left to play here in the quarter. North Shore's got the ball going from left to right on the radio dial. Thanks for joining us here for matinee basketball. Mustangs have the ball. Bailey in between the two circles, dribbling, trying to set things up. She's looking for the screen from Johnson. Over to Anderson for three. No good. And here comes CE King coming back down the court quickly. This is Zuninga in between the two circles, being guarded by Anderson. Over to Conway on the right side. Conway trying to get to Cooper. Cooper's now got it. Cooper, the three-point gunner. Back to Zuninga on the left side. Zuninga being guarded by Anderson. Kraut still has the ball in between the two circles. Back to Zuninga, the freshman.
This is where she got to drive right here on her defender.
Conway trying to go, losing control. Ball's on the ground, and North Shore's got it. Here comes Kobe Johnson. She's all by herself. Take her time, put it up off the glass, and up and good. 21-11, here comes, there's nobody down court for the Mustangs. And this was Patterson who couldn't make it. And here come the Mustangs coming back down the court quickly. 1:35 left to play. 21-11. Three-point basket by Johnson. Good!
Wow, and that's a huge sequence by Johnson. 5-point stretch for her right there after it looked like it was going to be an easy-looking transition. Not a good finish by Patterson in that end. Usually that's what happens after missed layups. Open threes, and that's what Johnson does. Kicks it out.
Here's a three-pointer by Cooper. No good. And we're going to have a foul on the floor. 21-14 CE King. Boy, I tell you what, they had a transition there for Patterson to put it up off the glass all by herself. Couldn't do it. Come right down the court just like you said, and Johnson with a three makes it 21-14. So we're going to go to the line to shoot two. This is CE King at the line. That looks like Patterson at the line to shoot. First free throw up off the back of the rim, no good. Patterson going to the line. She's a 45% free throw shooter. Isaiah Jackson coming back into the game here for Janiyah Coleman at the moment. Janiyah Coleman kind of holding her back. Looks like she might have hurt herself a little bit. Patterson with her second free throw up and good. 22-14 coming into the game now for Patterson is Jalen Blacksher, the junior, 5'10" for CE King. So North Shore with the ball, 22-14, 1:12 left remaining in the game. Jackson with the ball. Give it to Bailey. Bailey in between the two circles. They're going from right to left on the radio dial. Bass on the right side. Back to Bailey. Bailey back over to Jackson. Jackson's going to shoot a three. Off the front rim. No good. Here we come. We're coming back down the court. Zuninga's got the ball. She's trying to bring it across the backcourt. She does. Being guarded by Jackson and Anderson. Here comes Bass. They're putting some great pressure on. Way over in the right corner to Conway. Conway throwing it out to Zuninga. Zuninga being guarded by a posted stand by Jackson. Zuninga still trying to figure out what to do. We're under a minute left to play. 22-14, CE King with the lead. Way over to Kraut. Back to Zuninga. Zuninga on the left side. Zuninga looking for where to go. Being guarded by Jackson still. She's trying to drive. Comes around. She's in the key. Nice pass. Over to the right side to Blacksher. Can't make it. And here comes Johnson coming back down the court. She's dribbling it all by herself. She's in the key. Puts it up. Can't make it. And it's going to be out of bounds, still North Shore ball. 22-14, 11 seconds remaining here in the quarter. North Shore with the ball, trying to inbound it, trying to get a few more points down here, down 22-14. Anderson inbounding the pass. Way throws it out to Bailey in between the two circles. Bailey, we're under 10 seconds left to play. To Jackson, to Johnson, to Jackson, to Bailey. Bailey for three from the right side. And she's fouled by Zuninga.
Yeah, and that's a freshman mistake right there. You just cannot commit that in that time. 2 seconds left in the first half. This is an opportunity for the North Shore Mustangs to get into a two-possession ball game going into the half. Shamir Bailey hasn't been going in all night for her from the three-point line, but she luckily is going to be rewarded with these free throws. But they have to convert on another side. It's not a beauty contest on either side from the free throw line as she misses the first one right there. But this is another opportunity where they can cut into this lead right here.
22-14, 2 seconds remaining. She still has two free throws left to go. Right foot at the line, left foot back, bends her knees. Second free throw off the front rim, no good.
This just can't happen.
She's 1 for 4 from the line here at the moment. North Shore 3 of 9 from the free throw line, and CE King 7 of 15. Here's her third free throw attempt. Is up and off the back rim and falls in. 22-15, CE King with the ball, and that's the end of the first half. with the CE King Panthers leading 22 to North Shore's 15. Paul and I will be right back here with the halftime show on the Legacy Sports Network.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric will show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
Are you ready to restart your path to wellness? At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, the most common goals that we hear from our new guests are losing weight, increasing energy, improving sleep, and increasing mental focus and clarity. Most importantly, people want off the prescription medications and to get back to a healthy and balanced life naturally. Are these your health goals too? Let us help you take charge of your health and wellness, just as we're helping thousands of others every day. Get off the meds and on to wellness naturally. Let our doctors, nurses, nutritionists, and wellness coaches carefully craft the healthy life you've imagined. Feel better, look better, live better. Visit HWC.com to learn more, or call us at 281-698-8698. Mention this ad and receive 2 of Dr. Hotze's best-selling books free with your consultation. 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698 or Hotze, HWC.com.
Well, welcome back to the halftime show here on the Legacy Sports Network, where the CE King Panthers are leading 22 to 15. Paul, this seems like it should be more of a rout, but it's not. And North Shore shooting 1 of 16 from the three-point range here in the first half, Paul.
It's not been pretty on either side on the offensive end. 1 for 16 and it is an abysmal number. And we know that North Shore can't shoot from the 3, so I don't know why they haven't been emphasizing getting into the paint and getting into the mid-range, especially with Kobe Johnson get into that 1-2 dribble pull-up like she has been doing this whole season. So hopefully the emphasis going into the next half is being a little bit more dribble and drive. I like the patience on the offensive end, and they're actually rotating the ball on each side really well. They just can't shoot, and we just know that they can't shoot, so they have to adapt, and then they have to get to the free throw line more often, but they haven't been able to convert right there.
Well, when we come back, we'll talk with Paul and talk about who the first half stat leaders here are on the Legacy Sports Network.
Hello, this is Dr. Steve Hotze. Do you struggle with joint pain that makes everyday activities a challenge? You may have been told that surgery is your only option. God has given your body an amazing ability to heal itself. At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we offer regenerative joint therapy designed to help you tap into this ability and live pain-free. Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center at 281-698-8698 to schedule your free consultation. That's 281-698-8698.
Well, the first half stat leaders here in the game, the CE King Panthers leading 22 to 15 here at the halftime break. For the CE King Panthers, it is the freshman leading for the CE King Panthers, Mia Zuninga, scoring 6 points. Anaya Cooper has scored 5, and Skylar Conway with 5. For the North Shore Mustangs, Kobe Johnson with 7, and then the next person is Keitra Burrow with 3, Paul.
Well, Kobe Johnson had 2 before that 5-0 run that she was able to go on, and that was a really impressive run because that was able to cut into double digits after the Panthers were able to get it all the way as high as 13. But it's been really impressive to see the freshman, Mia Zuniga. She's had so much poise. Of course, you're going to have some freshman mistakes and turnovers, but she's made up for it, though, on the offensive end and defensively whenever they've been set up in that 2-3. Then you've had other guards step up. You mentioned Cooper. She's dynamic from outside the 3, has hit a couple of them tonight. And then Conway hit another outside shot, and she's been seeking that matchup with Johnson. She's not been afraid so far tonight, so it's good to see others are stepping up. Obviously, we haven't seen much of Watson because she's been in foul trouble and they haven't been able to establish the paint and the bigs like they were in the first matchup. And we knew it was just going to be a muddy type of game, and that's what North Shore wants to make these kind of games against the top teams in the city. Like, it's going to be very low scoring, but then they obviously have to combat that with something on the offensive end, and they haven't been able to do that against good teams for a full 32 minutes. So luckily for the Panthers, they've had enough offensively. They got to limit the turnovers a little bit. That's what kind of kept the Mustangs in this game with the points in transition. But besides that, it's been really impressive so far from these guards.
Well, Cooper, who comes into the game for the CE King Panthers, shoots 297 three-pointers. She averages 8.5 a game. Has only taken 3 here so far, 1 for 3. Zuninga, the other great three-point shooter, she's only 1 for 2. The thing that's definitely hurt the CE King Panthers has been Layla Watson, who had picked up 3 fouls here in the first half, has not scored any points here in the first half here tonight. She's been sitting on the bench most of the first half. For the North Shore Mustangs, back to this whole conversation about this 1 for 16. Kristen Davis 0 for 4 and Kobe Johnson 1 for 5. You can see they just don't have enough lift in their legs here tonight, Paul, shooting these three-pointers.
Yeah, well, Johnson, she can shoot the outside ball, but that's not her game. She operates really well whenever she's able to navigate the baseline and get some nice touch floater shots. Good runners whenever you get 15 or 16 feet outside the lane. So you have to get a little bit more of an emphasis of getting the ball penetrated and then also dump it into that middle section right there where they've been able to have the high hands, find cutters into the lanes. I know Bass has had a couple of good cuts and Davis has had a couple of cuts in the first half as well. So they need to get back to that and also force King to guard a little bit more inside the paint. We saw that Watson got into foul trouble. Now I need to test that depth. There was some really good minutes actually by Woodley and Blackshire for the Panthers. So good on them to step up from the bench, but then you still need to test that out and see if they're still willing to play aggressive on that end.
Well, like Paul keeps saying, the North Shore Mustangs are not a three-point shooting team. They only average 15% a game. Tonight, they're only shooting 6%. Their main focus, if they can get the ball around, is like Paul said, get it to Keetro Burrow down low. She's only shot 3 shots from down low. She's 1 for 3. She's only made 1 shot, but 1 for 2 from the free throw line here so far. Well, stay with us here on the halftime show with the CE King Panthers leading 22-15. When we come back, we'll talk to Paul about what adjustments need to be made here in the second half for both teams on the Legacy Sports Network.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you to keep bacteria in food from making you ill with 4 simple steps.
This will be a walk in the park.
Clean, wash hands and surfaces often.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate, keep raw meats away from ready-to-eat foods.
Yep.
Cook, make sure meat, poultry, and seafood is cooked to the right temperature.
Fire in the hole!
And chill, refrigerate food promptly.
Bingo!
Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
You know, to mentor a child, you don't have to be the most talented person in the world. To prove that point, we're here with 3 real-life mentors who are going to sing for us. Hit it, guys.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Thanks, guys. That was awful. As you can see, you don't have to be perfect to mentor a child. You just have to be yourself, which, by the way, is pretty good.
Excuse me, we don't think we nailed it that time. Can we try it again?
Not a chance. Do good. Mentor a child. Call Save the Children toll-free at 1-877-BA-MENTOR. 1-877-BE-A-MENTOR.
A message brought to you by Save the Children and the Ad Council.
Well, we're here at halftime here at the North Shore Gymnasium gym with the CE King Panthers leading 22-15. I was going to talk to Paul about what adjustments need to be made here in the second half, but I just want to give a quick little shout out. We're watching here just players getting ready to play here for the second half. Zuninga for CE King is to our right. She's standing here in the right corner pocket, shooting 3-pointers. Paul, a freshman, 5'8", shooting 38% from the 3-point lane. I've only seen her miss 2 3-pointers here in the last 5 minutes of play here. She has got a beautiful stroke for a freshman.
I love it. She has a really impressive game. We talked about her poise. We talked about her control on the offensive end. You'll live with those mistakes because those are growing opportunities, and whenever you increase her experience for her sophomore, junior, and her senior year at King, she'll be well-tested and well-experienced by that time she goes to graduate. But on this end, whenever you talk about the keys and the adjustments that North Shore has to make, it has to start from the first possession. There's something inside the arc for Johnson or Burrow. You have to establish a different level of physicality on that end and a different purpose. Limit the outside shots. You're 1 for 16. It's not going to cut it. Be selective on those shots and take the appropriate ones in transition. The one that they hit was the right time to take it. That's when Johnson went on that 5-0 run herself, and that's the appropriate time to take threes. Not whenever you're passing it around just because it's open. You have to adapt and you have to drive into the lanes. There was a lot of open gaps that they just missed because they weren't aggressive enough in downhill. And then on the King side, they just have to limit turnovers. That's what's kind of kept them in the game so far because they've had a lot of points in transition. King, you'll live with those freshman mistakes by Zuniga, but then also Cooper. She has to be a little bit more assertive in this second half. She had a really good first half, but I didn't see much of her. We didn't call her name out as much in the second quarter. Expect a different type of intensity from her.
Second half action is about to begin here this afternoon. CE King Panthers with the lead here, 22-15. The first game of the season, the final score was CE King 41 to North Shore 25. The lowest point scoring output for the girls of North Shore on the season. So starting the second half here for the CE King Panthers, their players that will be starting is Anaya Cooper, Mia Zuninga, Jemiah Kraut, Layla Watson, and Skylar Conway. They're going to go from right to left on the radio dial. They're wearing all blue here today for the North Shore Mustang. Keetro Burrow, Kristen Davis, Kobe Johnson, Ty Bass, and Brelone Anderson. Oh, Brelone Anderson's not going to start. Janiyah Coleman. We're not going to have Bailey start here the second half for the North Shore Mustangs. So here we are. Welcome to second half basketball on the Legacy Sports Network. CE King with the ball. Zuninga on the left side. Throws out to the left corner pocket for three by Cooper. No good. Here comes the North Shore Mustangs. Down the court quickly in transition. Coleman off the glass too hard. Can't get it. Johnson can't get the rebound either, and it's going to go back to CE King.
There you go. We haven't seen the Mustangs get out in transition and run that much, but Coleman, she had a good look and just a little bit too hard on that, but I like the aggression so far. That needs to be the intensity going downhill now.
So here we go. CE King trying to get it across the court, backcourt. Nice pass to Cooper. Cooper on the right side. Nice bouncing by Cooper over to Kraut. Back to Zuninga on the left side. Zuninga driving, stops, brings it back to Conway. Conway guarded by Coleman at the moment on the left side. She's trying to give it to Kraut. Kraut being guarded now by Ty Bass. Trying to get to Zuninga, who's going to be guarded by Kristen Davis. She's at the scorer's table on the left side. She's now dribbling with the right hand in between the two circles. Over to Cooper on the right side. Back to Layla Watson, who's in the game with 3 fouls. To Zuninga on the left side. Zuninga trying to get it down low to Conway. Conway trying to figure out where to go with it. Brings it all the way back out to the three-point lane. Back to Zuninga on the left side. Kristen Davis guarded her. Looking at a screen by Conway. Back to Cooper. Here comes Cooper, or Kraut. Kraut trying to drive, stops, brings it to Zuninga. Zuninga for 3. No, she can't make it, and Keetro Burrow gets the rebound, and guess who gets called for the over-the-top is Layla Watson for her 4th foul.
Man, she just can't get in rhythm. Her head is staring up to the heavens, knowing that she has to come out of the game now, and Patterson will check back in for her. But that was a really good possession for King and good defensively for the Mustangs to stick to their assignments. They got fortunate enough. Zuniga, who was looking good in warm-ups to start the second half, misses that wide-open 3.
Boy, I tell you, the Mustangs have got to take advantage of Watson not in the game. Watson is disappointed. She's got her 4th foul here to start the second half.
Look at the baseline cut.
Yep. Back to Coleman. Coleman on the left side. Coleman down to Bass on the left corner. Back to Janiyah Coleman. She's got wide open 3 over here by Davis. Davis for 3. Good.
Well, you start fresh. You're 1 for 1 now from the 3-pointers. Start the second half, and that's a good omen right now. You get a good juju and good momentum on your side now as you apply the press.
CE King 22-18. Kraut finally gets across backcourt. Over to Conway on the right side. Conway trying to figure out where to go with it. Back to Kraut. Go away over to Zuninga. Zuninga being guarded by Janiyah Coleman. CE King with the ball, leading 22-18. Here comes Cooper. She's trying to drive back out to the left side to Cooper, or to Kraut. Kraut being guarded tightly by Bass. Back over to Cooper. Cooper on the left wing. Picks up her dribble. Back to Zuninga between the two circles, being guarded by Janiyah Coleman. Back to Kraut on the left side. Kraut over to Conway at the top of the key. Conway driving in the circle and shoots a nice 12-footer. Good.
She's seeking that out. She had the left leverage on her foot right there. Got Johnson out of position. Couldn't get back and recover enough, and that's another impressive shot in that 15-second range.
Here's a shot by Burrow. Can't put it up and in. And here comes the CE King, and the ball's on the ground. Everybody's trying to fight for it, and it's going to be a change of possession arrow, North Shore ball.
Look at the hustle, though, by the freshman Zuniga, getting on the floor, fighting for her teammates. Conway wasn't able to secure that, but she gets on the floor right there. Ball will go back to the Mustangs, but then now you got to love, and she has the respect of her teammates right now. You see her communication on the offensive end, just tapping her head, telling her teammates where to go. She has all the respect by her teammates as a freshman so far, and on the defensive end, you love that effort, and she's even going to get more respect on that and diving on the floor.
CE King leading 24-18, 5:21 left to play here in the quarter. Janiyah Coleman trying to throw the ball in. Brelone Anderson is coming to the game. Back to Coleman on the right side. Back to Anderson at the top, in between the two circles. She's being guarded by Zuninga. Zuninga over to Johnson. Johnson's got it, being guarded here by Cooper. Far out, over to Anderson. She's going to shoot a three from the left side, in and out, no good. Rebound by CE King. Here they come, Zuninga down, nice pass over to Cooper. Cooper first shot, can't make it. And here comes the North Shore Mustangs with the ball. That's Cooper's first shot inside the 2-point marker that she didn't make. Johnson with the ball. Over to Coleman on the right side. Back to Johnson. Johnson fakes a three. She steps in, shoots, can't make it.
That needs to be a dribble drive. She has Zuninga on her, much smaller defender. You need to put your body into her and then get into the lane.
Zuninga, boy, good dribbling by Zuninga, getting across the backcourt and the front court. She's slowing things down. Now she's going to run up to the inside of the 3-point marker. Boom.
That just cannot happen. Just miscommunication on the defensive end, leaving Zuninga, who just dribbled out of that hard hedge. Nobody came back to recover or guard her one-on-one, and she just steps into an easy 18-footer right there, knocks it down, and timeout.
Nice job there by Zuninga. Okay, we're going to take a timeout as well. CE King leading 26. Oh, we're not taking a timeout. We're going to stay right here. So CE King leading 26-18, 4:24 left to play. Bailey back in the game here for the North Shore Mustangs. So they're going from right to left on the radio dial. Bailey brings it across the backcourt into the front court. She throws it over to Coleman on the right side. She's about 40 feet out, back to Bailey on the left side. Bailey at the top of the key, going around a Johnson screen. Back to Coleman on the right side.
Yeah, there just needs to be more off-ball movement. Everybody is standing outside the perimeter. I don't know why, because they're not able to hit outside shots. There needs to be more movement inside the arc and even into the paint.
Johnson to Bailey. Bailey in between the two circles, back to Coleman on the right side.
And they're just standing around there, Jeff. I don't know what the offense is right now or what the purpose is. There's no dribble drives. They're just passing around the perimeter. It's already been about 30 to 40 seconds of just passing outside the perimeter, not even taking a shot or even a look inside the post.
26-18, 3:39 left to play. Coleman has the ball, back to Bailey. Bailey over to Anderson. We're going to shoot a three, and she's fouled by Conway.
And that's just such a bailout right there. You've played a 1 minute of good defense. You didn't even have to play defense because they were just working it around there. Then a dumb foul by Conway, fouling the three-point shooter, hits her on the arm, and they will reward her at the free throw line.
So Anderson going to go to the line to shoot three. They're not even looking to throw the ball down low to Keitra Burrow, who is a dominant presence down low, can use her body to get ball off the glass. And like Paul says, they're just throwing the ball around in the three-point area. So Coleman going to go to the line to shoot three. She's got right foot forward, bends her knees. First free throw up, off the back rim, no good. CE King leading 26-18. Here in this third quarter, CE King Panthers have scored 4, North Shore Mustangs 3. North Shore 0 of 3 from the 2-point marker, 1 for 2 from the 3-point lane, and second free throw, no good as well. They are now 0 for 2 from the free throw line. CE King 2 of 3 from the 2-point area, 0 of 2 from the 3-point lane. Here's the third free throw for Anderson. Can she make one of the three? Free throws up, good. 26-19. CE King with the lead. They're giving her pressure on Zuninga. Zuninga over to Kraut. Kraut back to Zuninga. Zuninga brings it across to Conway. Conway loses dribble, keeps it back up, back out to Kraut. Kraut over to the right side to Cooper. Cooper for three. No good. So Cooper today is 1 for 5 from 3-point marker. It's going to be North Shore ball.
But every time she shoots, it looks like it's going to go in. She has a great form, great structure on her shot. Elevated right there, but hits the back rim. I like her shot, though. She needs to be a little bit more aggressive. We talked about it. Zuninga and then Cooper on this end. They have to be the lead guards to carry them in this second half.
Bailey back to Coleman. Over to Johnson on the left side. Johnson trying to get down low to Burrow.
That's
just like
position.
We talked about. She puts it up, can't make it in. Good job there by Tina Patterson to make it so she can get a good shot off.
Yeah, and that was the best position Burrow had in all night. She dug in a little bit too deep and then missed it on the angle.
26-19, CE King with the lead. Under 3 minutes left to play. Cooper for three. No good. Patterson gets the rebound. Back to Zuninga. Zuninga for 12 feet out. No good. And here we come. North Shore with the ball. Burrow's got it. Off to the left side to Coleman. 2:27 left to play. 26-19. CE King with the lead. Or to Johnson on the right side. Back to Coleman. Back to Bailey at the left corner. Down low to Burrow. Here's the shot. She gets fouled by Conway.
That's good offense, though. They were able to work it around the perimeter, and then they found Burrow. There was not a lot of recovery on the backside. Too much laziness. Nobody get into their mans. Burrow fouled.
So Burrow's going to go to the line to shoot two. She is 1 for 2 from the line here tonight. She's only scored 3 points in the game. Need one more player to be in the lane here for CE King, so Anaya Cooper's going to take a spot down low. So Burrow going to go to the line, put your left foot forward, right foot back. Here's her first free throw up, in and out, no good.
Yeah, and this game has very similar characteristics of what they were doing in that second game against Summer Creek on this home court right here. Just 2 to 3 possession game. They were there. It was a fighting chance all the way through the second half. They're just unable to convert on their free throws and on open looks on three-pointers right here, and we're seeing it come at once again at the worst timing possible.
She makes her second free throw. Blackshire comes into the game for Conway, who picked up her third foul. Zuninga's got the ball on the left side. 2:12 left to play. 26-20, CE King with the lead. She picks up her dribble. Conway's got it, brings it across. Now Zuninga's got it in the front court. On the left side, way by the scorer's table, being guarded here by Anderson. Over to Cooper on the right side, left side. Back to Kraut. Now to Blackshire. Blackshire's got it. She's going to shoot a 3. Off the backboard, no good. Patterson puts it back up. Can't make it as well. And it's going to be North Shore ball.
Well, since it was Blackshire that shot that 3, that brought Burrow outside to the perimeter, and that left a lot of bodies in the paint unaccounted for on the offensive effort right there. So fortunate for the Mustangs that they were able to get that ball back.
CE King has picked up 4 fouls here on their team here in the third quarter. No fouls for North Shore. Anderson with the ball on the left side, back to Bailey. Way over to Coleman. Coleman for 3. No. Burrow gets the rebound. Burrow's going to put it back up and can't get it. Blackshire with the block.
Yeah, Blackshire has played some impressive minutes so far, replacing Watson.
Here comes CE King coming back down the court. This is Zuninga at the right side. Back over to Blackshire at the right corner pocket. Back to Zuninga being guarded by Johnson now.
Yeah, she needs to take this downhill. This is a much taller defender. Use your hesitation, use your dribble move package, and get in there.
She uses a screen. She shoots a 2. Can't make it. Coleman can't get the rebound.
I thought that was a settle right there. She can hit that mid-range shot, but I thought she could have gone more downhill. She had the low drop coverage from Burrow coming up. She definitely could have gone position right there and finished easy at the rim.
So for the first time, London Kidd is coming into the game for the CE King Panthers, the senior, 5'8". She's going to inbound the ball. She's under the basket to the right, looking to pass it in. Gets it to Cooper. Cooper in the left corner pocket, down low.
Nice.
Wow, what a nice pass there to Patterson, and puts it up and in.
Yeah, this team, first off, on sideline out of bounds plays, they run really good screen action. I was able to curl out for Cooper, dumps it in, whips it in. That was a fastball right into the paint. Good finish by Patterson.
28-20, Bailey with the ball. Johnson for 3 from the right side, no good. Burrow trying to get the rebound, can't get it. Johnson now is 1 for 7 from 3-point range.
And this is dangerous time right now. You were able to get it to at least 4 to start the third quarter, but now have an opportunity to get into double digits as Zuniga has fouled on that drive, and she'll get 2 at the line right now. But you've spent so much energy. You spent so much on the offensive and defensive end now. Look at the scoreboard again. Now you did get it to 4. Now you have the possibility of going into this fourth quarter down double digits.
Zuniga going to go to the line, fouled by Brooklyn Walker. The freshman at the line. First free throw up, off the back rim, and falls in. She has 9 points on the night. She's a 75% free throw shooter. I tell you, Paul, we've seen some great young talent here the last couple weeks with Goose Creek, and now today with CE King with these young guards. Second free throw off the back rim, no good on that one. So she's 2 for 3 from the line. 29-20. We're under 30 seconds left to play. North Shore with the ball. Johnson trying to drive. Over to Bailey. Bailey for 3. Good. 29-23. CE King coming from the backcourt. Zuninga being guarded by Bailey. On the right side, dribbles behind her back. Guarded tightly by Bailey. Over to Crowd on the left side. Guarded by Bass. Back to Zuninga. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Zuninga trying to take the screen. She's driving over the right corner. We're going to shoot it for 3. That was Kidd. No good. And that's the end of the third quarter with the CE King Panthers leading 29-23. Stay with us for fourth quarter action here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Life happens. Maybe a work trip, a family event, or you just want to watch the game at home. Don't let the tickets go to waste. With Quick Assist, your seat gets listed for sale on every major marketplace simultaneously. No more juggling apps or stressing over resale. We make it fast and hassle-free, so you save time and put money back in your pocket. From pro to college, Quick Assist has you covered. Download the Quick Assist app by scanning the QR code on our Legacy Sports Network website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
All right, coming into the fourth quarter with the CE King Panthers leading 29-27. CE King Panthers scored 7 points in that quarter. North Shore scored 8. The leading scorers here so far for the North Shore Mustangs, Kobe Johnson stood with 7, and for the CE King Panthers, Mia Zininga, the freshman, with 9. For this only being a 6-point game, Paul, and the North Shore Mustangs shooting 3 of 22 from three-point range for only 14%. Like you keep saying, and I don't think they hear it, they're not a three-point shooting team, and they keep shooting threes here all game long.
Well, better late than never for Shamir Bailey. She was able to get her first field goal of the night, and that was a big one. He gets it down to 6. We talked about it. They got it down to 4, but they were working so much on that defensive end that they weren't able to muster up anything until that last minute right there, and that was a big last minute, able to get it down to a 2-possession game. So you need to turn up this defensive intensity. I expect a little bit more pressing. I expect a little bit more on-pressure ball on Zuniga. Zuniga's been able to get into the lane a little bit easy as a freshman. She doesn't have much size, but she has such craftiness to get down there. It's on the omen of Bailey and Coleman to make sure that it's not easy for her.
So CE King with the ball. Layla Watson back in the game with
there
4
you
fouls.
go.
Puts her first shot up, can't make it in. Puts it back up again, can't make it in as well. Gets another rebound, puts it up, and fouled.
Well, it's just not been her night, but she keeps going at it. She had a great look on the first one, unable to get that one to go down, and on the second and third tip, she's fouled on that one. She'll have an opportunity to get her first points in the night. You can see she's a little bit in her head, obviously getting 4 fouls with not much gameplay. Hasn't been able to get into a good rhythm as she gets a nice touch on that first one to go down.
Yeah, when she picked up her 4th foul there early in the third quarter, she went and put her hands in her face, and she was definitely disappointed with herself that she picked up that foul, but couldn't make it. And Bailey gets the rebound, but falls hard on the court, and it looks like she injured herself at the same time here at the moment. But she's going to be able to pick herself up. CE King with the lead, 30-23. CE King's going to have the ball back. Zaninga's going to inbound the ball. For the CE King Panthers, CE King's got Zaninga, Layla Watson, Kraut, and Cooper in the game here at the moment, along with, it looks like that is Tina Patterson. So they inbound the ball all the way out to Kraut. Kraut's got it. Back to Zaninga. Zaninga, the freshman. She's been the main person. Guarded tightly by Coleman. Back to Cooper. Cooper for 3.
Oh, man.
And she's fouled by Coleman.
Well, that's 3 fouls now on 3-point shooters in this game. 2 on North Shore and 1 on King so far in this game. And that's just something that just drives coaches crazy. That is so irritating. But fortunate enough, these teams are not good at the free throw line, so they've gotten away with it so far this game. But this is Cooper. She's got a hard closeout on her and hit the body. Got to give the shooter landing space right there. I mean, my goodness, this free throw shooting has not been pretty so far, but that's what's kept North Shore in this game, even though they haven't been able to convert on theirs. King hasn't done them any favors on that side either.
Cooper is a 46% free throw shooter. Second free throw is up and in. She's now 3 of 5 from the line. Coming into the game for North Shore, Keitra Burrow is going to come in for Tia Bass. The CE King Panthers now 31-23. They are 10 of 21 from the free throw line. North Shore 6 of 15. Here's her third free throw up and good.
You know, that always surprises me, Jeff. Sorry about that. But whenever you have a good 3-point shooter but then struggles at the line, you got to wonder what's going on. Is it just mentality at the line, just a little bit awkward at the line, just settled down? Cooper's a really good shooter. She likes to shoot in rhythm and movement, so being a little bit more stationary for her is just not really good for her, I guess.
You can interrupt me anytime, Paul. That was a great comment because I thought the same thing, too. It's shocking that she's only a 46% free throw shooter.
Yeah.
Johnson with a 2-pointer from the free throw line and good. It's 32-25 with a quick timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. CE King with the lead, 32-25, 7:13 left to play here in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back here on the Legacy Sports Network.
You've got tickets to the game, but something comes up. Maybe the boss sends you on the road, the kids have practice, or you just can't make the drive. That's where Quick Assist steps in. With one tap, your seats hit every major ticket marketplace at once. No more juggling apps, no more wasted time. Quick Assist, it takes the hassle out of resale and puts cash in your pocket. Pro or college sports, it's all covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on the LSN website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
CE King leading 32-25 here in the fourth quarter at the North Shore Gymnasium Gym. Thanks for joining us here on the Legacy Sports Network. CE King here in the fourth quarter, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 0 of 2 from the field. The North Shore Mustangs only 1 for 1, and they scored 2 points, and that last 2 points just came from Kobe Johnson.
Yeah, that was the first really good look they were able to get into her at the top of the key, and then she just elevated. She didn't think much of it and just got a nice 18-footer to go down. Coach Basin calls a timeout, adjusts his press, now set up in a 1-2-2. Coleman will be at the top right there along with Kristen Davis.
Zuninga's got the ball. She's on the left side, being double-teamed here by Coleman. Nice pass over to Cooper. Cooper's driving on the left side, guarded by Kristen Davis. Back all the way out to Kraut. Back to Zuninga, the main freshman point guard. Guarded by Bailey at the moment. Zuninga directing traffic to Cooper on the left side. Back to Zuninga. Zuninga being guarded by Bailey. Almost stole it. Back to Kraut. Back to Zuninga. Zuninga over to Cooper. Cooper down low to Watson. Watson's got a great opportunity to put it up and in. Can't make it. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in.
Yeah, that's more like it for Watson. I think that was going to be the game plan going into the game. Get it down low for Watson because she definitely has the size advantage against Burrow. Unable to get that first one to go down, but she sticks with it and gets it on the second.
Watson is a junior, 6'3", junior. Keitra Burrow's got it back out to Bailey on the left side. Back to Coleman on the right side. She's far out from the three-point line. Bailey for 3. No good. And here comes Zuninga. She's coming back down the court. 34-25, 9-point lead, 6:12 left to play.
Yeah, and as a freshman, you have an 8-point lead with 6 minutes left. Time is going to be in your favor. Just get the right shot in this set right here. They've been working it around. I love how they've been able to dish it out to Watson like it is right here.
Watson's got it. She's down low, puts it up.
Oh,
and
nice. Yeah, you see the impact she has already in this fourth quarter. Good for her that she wasn't able to get the first 3 for her because of the foul trouble, but now she's established herself in the paint. Burrows can't guard that at all.
She's got 5 points here so far, 2 of 5 from the field. She's a 50% shooter. Bailey's got the ball, 36-25, 11-point lead here now for the Panthers. Bailey over to Johnson on the left side. Johnson back to Bailey. Bailey over to Kristen Davis. Kristen Davis thought about a 3. Back to Bailey, back to Coleman. Coleman being guarded here by Cooper. Down low, nice pass, but Johnson, 8-footer, good.
I actually really like that offensive set. They had Davis coming around the screen, but then off the second screen come around, it was Johnson getting into that spot, curling around for a 15-footer. Good shot.
Johnson with 11 points here tonight already. 36-27, CE King Panthers lead. Coleman steals it from Kraut. Here she comes down the left side. She puts it off the glass and good.
And they're sticking around. They've obviously been going back and forth between a 3 to 4 possession game and looked like maybe King was going to run away with this after that last Watson bucket right there, but a quick 4-0 run gets him back into this game.
36-29, under 5 minutes left to play in the quarter. Zuninga's got the ball on the left side, being guarded by Bailey. Bailey's playing with her, trying to get the ball quickly. Can't get it over to Kraut in the left corner pocket. Back to down low to Watson. Stolen by Burrow. Here we come, North Shore down the court. Johnson dribbling quickly on the left side. She's a 3-point. She's going to shoot a 3-pointer.
That's
ball,
a settle.
Bad shot.
Yeah. Now, you know, I get the idea of it because the defense was coming back and it all kind of was set, but Johnson, she's so athletic and then she has such good touch around the rim. You need to go down there and get physical and get something at the rim. That's not the shot right there, and that's momentum.
Well, we have a timeout. We're going to take a timeout as well. 4:34 left to play here in the fourth quarter. CE King 39, North Shore 29. Stay with us here for fourth quarter action at the North Shore Gym on the Legacy Sports Network.
If you're tired of sorting through online directories and classified ads to find your perfect home, look no further than Elio Alanis and his team with the Alanis Real Estate Group. Elio is a local real estate agent in Houston and also a CE King alum, and he just wants to help you find the perfect home for your family. Ditch the stress of going to viewing after viewing only to be let down. Connect with Elio Alanis and the Alanis Real Estate Group. Go to wearehtx.com to learn more. The Alanis Real Estate Group, we are real estate.
All right, coming out of the timeout. The score is 36-29. This game started late, so the varsity North Shore Mustang boys have just showed up. They're going to sit in the stands and support the girls down by 7. 4:34 left to play. CE King with the ball. Trying to get the ball in to Zuninga. Zuninga's got it, being guarded by Bailey tightly. So Zuninga trying to bring it across the backcourt. She finally gets across the timeline. Bailey guarding tightly on the left side. Over to Cooper on the left side, guarded by Davis. Trying to get down to Watson. Watson, there's a wide open person, but she doesn't see it. Turns around, can't make it. Patterson puts it back up, can't make it as well.
And good adjustment by Coach Basin, going to Johnson instead of Burrow on that low post. Gave her a little bit more physicality. She was the first one to make contact. She gets an open look on this end for a 3.
Wow, another three. She's 2 of 9, 14 points, 36-32. CE King with the lead. Here comes Zaninga down the court, guarded by Bailey at the moment on the right side. And we have a little pushing and shoving with Johnson and Watson. Are they going to call a foul on Watson?
You know, I think they might even call a double foul just to settle it down and make sure that the physicality doesn't get too much. But we talked about that adjustment coming out of the timeout. It was Burrow. Burrow is now on the bench, elected to go for Johnson. She has a little bit more length, so it can contain a little bit more of effective when she tries to go over that right shoulder. There's some discussion on that side, but it was a little bit too much bumping on that side. Maybe got away with a little bit too much contact with the first go-around was Johnson, so referees had to settle that one down.
They did not call a foul or anything there at the moment, so still 36-32 at the moment. We're on the left side. This is Cooper with the ball, crowd on the ball. Guard by Coleman, now they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, and they're running some zoom action off of that baseline out of bounds. Good on Cooper to get position right there, and then immediately you have to look for Watson, who had good position on Johnson. Got to go back to that. The ref is already going to be watching that matchup very tightly, see if he can get an easy bucket out of that.
Zaninga with the ball on the right side. Guard by Bailey at the moment. 36-32. Down to Watson. Yeah. Watson trying to drive on Johnson. Can't get it. And here comes Johnson down the court. She's down by 4. 3:35 left to play. She's going to shoot an 18-footer. Can't make it. Kristen Davis running after it. Bass comes, and there's a foul by Cooper.
And she's moving with a little bit more intensity on that end. She got to her spot, back rim, but then fortunate enough on the extra effort by Bass, it'll be rewarded with the foul, and it'll be a sideline out of bounds. And this is the closest it's been since the first half. Cut it down to 4. So a bucket right here puts a lot of game pressure on King to execute on the offensive end.
36-32, 3:27 left to play. North Shore going from right to left on the radio dial. Bailey with the ball, down to Johnson. Nice passing to Coleman. Down low to Bass, and gets kicked. Back to CE King. Here comes Crowd on the left side. Over to Zaninga on the right side. 3:13 left to play. Guarded by Bailey. Zaninga trying to drive over to Cooper on the left side. Cooper down low to Watson.
Nice
Watson puts it up and fouled by Johnson.
Yeah, and that's a senior guard knowing the moment right there. She is capable of hitting that outside shot. You mentioned, Jeff, how she has put up insane numbers from outside the arc. She had a wide open look. This time decides to dish it into Watson. She gets the foul. Be rewarded with 2 free throws at the line, but that's good veteran point guard play by Cooper.
Watson playing with 4 fouls here in the fourth quarter. She has scored all of her points here in the fourth quarter, 5 points. She's at the line to shoot. She's 1 for 1 from the free throw line, or 1 for 2 from the free throw line, misses that one.
Man, this is the first time we're seeing Conway in the fourth quarter. She hasn't been very active in the second. She obviously was nicked up in the first half, couldn't get rhythm herself, so establishing her in the last 3:05 right here could be something for King to pull away with.
So Watson going to go to the line again. She's 1 for 3 from the line. Here's her second free throw. Off the back rim, no good. But nice rebound by Kraut. But Watson picks up the ball, puts it back up, can't make it. Puts another shot up and fouled.
The smallest person on the court, Kraut, got that offensive board off of the free throw. And Watson with her high hands just tipping it all around. We'll go back to the line again, and that's what you got to sacrifice with that, where you have Johnson as the tallest player on the team right now. She has the onus of trying to box out everybody on the court, but then that's too many bodies to account for, and these smaller guards are prone to giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. We've seen that throughout the season so far, but they're getting really fortunate as Watson head down again. She's not been the factor in this game as she misses her 3rd consecutive free throw.
She's 1 for 5 from the line. Another opportunity, up by 4, 3 minutes left to play. Here's her second free throw off the back rim, no good. And the Mustangs get it. Bailey with the rebound. Here comes Johnson down the left side, guarded by Cooper tightly. Back to Bailey between the 2 circles. Over to Coleman on the right side. Tried to get it down low. Down to Bass. Bass is driving, puts it up and fouled. And was it on Watson? It's on Watson, and Watson fouls out.
Huge call right there. She fouls out of this game after being such a huge factor in the fourth, but that was a really good dribble drive. 1-2 gather step. Hop over into the lane by Bass, and I talked about it. She has to be that X factor. She's proven this season that she can give you 6 to 8 points in a game. This is one of those times where she has to produce at the line and cut this down to a 2-point game with 2:45 left.
So she's going to go to the line to shoot. She's 1 for 3 from the line here tonight. She's only scored 1 point, has 0 for 2 from the field, and 0 for 1 from the 3-point lane. Here's the first free throw opportunity. Plays quiet. Dribbling, bends her knees, shoots, rolls around and out. 36-32. Tina Patterson replaces Watson in the game. The junior 6'1" comes into game 4. For the CE King Panthers, we got Conway, Cooper, Kraut, and Zuninga. For the Mustangs, Bailey, Coleman, Anderson, Bass, and Johnson. 2:46 left to play, 36-32. The boys here supporting the girls. They're back home after their game here this afternoon. Here's the second free throw up. Good.
Got it to a one-possession game. Crucial defensive stop right here for North Shore to seize momentum.
Good pressure here at the moment. Conway's got it, being guarded by Anderson. Over to Zuninga. Zuninga being guarded by Bailey in the backcourt. Trying to get her across the backcourt. Bailey guarding her tightly. They're going to call that a foul on Bailey. Bailey picks up her third.
Yeah, and that foul is important because that also puts him into the bonus, and that's one of your best free throw shooters going to the line for 2. Trying to get this back to a 2-possession game as each possession as we go down the stretch is getting more crucial.
Coach Basin did not think that was a foul. He ran all the way down to the baseline, back to the wall with his head shaking. Can't believe it. Hands in his pockets. Zuninga's first free throw up and good. She's 3 of 4 from the line with 10 points on the night. Kristen Davis coming into the game to give Brillo and Anderson a breather. 2:38 left to play here in the fourth quarter. CE King leading 37-33. Zuninga with the second opportunity. Dribbling. Second free throw up, no good. She's 3 of 5 from the line here tonight. Johnson with the ball. 2:34 left to play. Over to Bass. Bass to Coleman on the left side. Guarded by Cooper. Way over to Johnson. Johnson thought about a 3. Gives it back to Bailey. Bailey's going to slow things down. Gives it to Coleman. Back to Bailey. Coach Basin telling him what to do. Back to Coleman on the left side. Down by 4. 2:17 left to play. 37. And there's a foul by Cooper on Johnson. Cooper picks up her second. 2:15 left to play. CE King with the lead, 37-33. Thanks for joining us here for matinee basketball here at the North Shore Gym.
Defensively, you have to get somebody else besides Johnson the ball. Obviously, that is going to be the key focus on that offensive end. So make somebody on the offensive end outside of Johnson make the play.
Burrow comes into the game, gets blocked by Patterson. Nice block there by Patterson. Here they come. They're coming down the court quickly. Zuninga's stops, slowing things down, brings across the midcourt, being guarded by Bailey. 2:01 left to play, 37-33, CE King with the lead. Kraut has the ball, being guarded by Kristen Davis on the left side, looking for the screen by Conway. And we're going to have a timeout by CE King with 1:51 left to play here in the fourth quarter with CE King leading 37-33. Come right back with us here for this last fourth quarter action on the Legacy Sports Network.
Real cheese, real hot, real taste is what we've got. Real fresh, real fast. All those other pizzas are a thing of the past. Mr. Gaddy's Pizza in Houston on Uvalde Road offers a wide selection on their daily fast feast, all-you-can-eat pizza, pasta, salad, and dessert buffet. Don't forget about the entertainment center for the kids. Games, games, and games. Open for lunch or dinner. Gotta get Gaddy's. Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, the best pizza in town. Honest.
CE King with the lead, 37-33 here in the fourth quarter. North Shore has outscored them 10-8. Down by 4. CE King is going to have the ball here at the moment. CE King, Mia Zuninga, the freshman who's been amazing here tonight, has scored 10 points. For the North Shore Mustangs, it has been Kobe Johnson, their leading scorer, with 14. She averages 13. The big difference here in this game so far, CE King Panthers 12 of 28 from the free throw line. North Shore Mustangs 7 of 17. North Shore only shooting 24% from the field, 16% Paul from the three-point marker. Only 4 of 25 here in the 4 of 25 from the three-point range. They have not shot many three-pointers here in the third and fourth quarter like they did in the first and second quarter. CE King gets the ball in. Back to Zuninga. Zuninga going to be double teamed by Bailey. There at the left corner. Back out, and we're going to call on Coach Basin too far out.
Just a baseline warning for Coach Basin coming across the midcourt line. And that was fortunate enough for CE King because they were getting trapped in that hard hedge that they were giving Zuninga. Now they set up a different sideline in the bounds, bring it out to Kraut. But then Zuninga's commanding the ball back.
1:40 left to play. CE King with the ball. Coach Basin standing way down now, back down by his bench. Zuninga's got the ball at the scorer's table on the left side. guarded by Bailey. 1:30 left to play, up by 4. Zeninga to Conway, back out to Kraut. Kraut being guarded by Brillo and Anderson at the moment. She's trying to get around her, can't figure out what to do. Stuck, picks up her dribble, and Bailey steals it. Bailey coming down the right side. Can she put it up and off the glass? Good.
Good patience by Bailey, getting Zuniga to go past her and then gets the easy finish right there. Only down by 2, closest it's been since the first half. Timeout on the North Shore side. Coach Basin immediately after that made basket wants to set up his press.
So 37-35, CE King with the lead over North Shore. We're going to stick it with us right here. The crowd is all excited. Nice play there by the North Shore Mustangs with the pressure there. Trying to get the ball to Zeninga, and Bailey was able to steal it. Great job by Bailey coming down the court. Zeninga was guarding her, waited for her to go by her, and then just put it up off the glass and in to make it a 2-point game here with less than, I don't know how much time was left here at the moment, but CE King is going to have the ball here when we come out of the timeout.
Well, this showing in the fourth quarter has been really impressive. It's their highest scoring output of all the games so far, 12 in this quarter, because they've been able to hit outside shots and they've been able to set up that press after. So whenever they're able to set up that press, that puts a lot of game pressure on the Panthers side to execute, get it past the half court, and then get something on the offensive end, which they weren't able to do for the past 4 minutes or ever since Watson has fouled out of the game, because that was the emphasis going into the fourth quarter. Establish her in the low post. Now that she's out the game, you don't got that reliable score inside there to go into. So Zuniga, Cooper, and Kraut have to be relied on to handle the ball without turning it over.
North Shore 4 of 6 from the field here in the fourth quarter, and the CE King Panthers 2 of 3, 4 of 9 from the free throw line. 1:13 left to play, 2-point game. Kraut inbounds the ball to Zeninga. Zeninga pass over to Kraut, guarded by Bailey and Coleman back in the game. Trying to throw it across court, over to Cooper, gets it across the timeline. Over to Conway. Conway guarded by Anderson. 1 minute left to play. 2-point game. CE King with the lead. Guarded by Bailey. Zeninga brings all the way back to midcourt. Almost came across the back line. Being guarded by Bailey tightly. Bailey all over like a postage stamp. Trying to go around the right side. Back to Kraut. Kraut almost lost it. Coleman gets her hand in it. It's still going to be CE King ball with 43 seconds left to go.
Close call right there. They were using Conway as a kind of a decoy just to set her up at this top screener, but I think she has to be the one with the ball in her hands right now. She's proven she can hit some big-time shots. I think this ball needs to be in her hands.
Stolen by Johnson. Here comes Johnson down the court. 41 seconds remaining in the game. Down by 2. Johnson on the right side, guarded by Coleman. Here's a shot. Oh, in and out. Can't make it, and Conway gets the rebound. Here comes CE King down the court. Zuninga's got him across the timeline. Tells Conway to get moving, and there's going to be a foul on Ty Bass.
Oh, that's a tough shot that just went in and out for Johnson. She was seeking that out, getting to the right baseline, extended over, and had a really good shot. Just goes in and out. And then Zuniga coming up with the ball, not giving it up, knowing that she's her best team's chance of getting points at the line. I didn't think they needed a foul that quickly. I thought they could have maybe implemented a little bit of double team on her, try to force another turnover.
Zuniga, the freshman, 4 of 6 from the line, made that one. She's got 11 points, 3-point lead now. Kristen Davis into the game for Janiyah Coleman. Here's the second free throw by Zuniga. Can't make that one, but she gets her own rebound. And they've got a foul on Kraut. Wow.
You know, they've committed so many mental errors that would drive a coach crazy. They fouled 3-point shooters today, and that's twice in this fourth quarter where they've given up offensive boards on the free throw line. That just cannot happen in a game where you're trying to close it out.
Kraut, a 43% free throw shooter. She's at the line. She's 2 for 4 from the game, misses a first free throw.
Man, I mean, King has been letting him in this ball game. You mentioned it. Well below 50% from the free throw line round. This game could have been easily over if they were able to hit at least half of those by now, but kept him in this game, and this one is a crucial one right here.
Makes it off the glass. They're 14 of 32, 4-point game. 20 seconds remaining in the game. Johnson coming across the timeline. She's driving quickly, puts an 8-footer up. Good.
Good runner.
39-37, 14 seconds remaining in the quarter. We're going to stick it right here. Paul just made a great comment. 14 of 32 CE King is from the free throw line in this game. 6 of 13 here in the fourth quarter alone, Paul.
Yeah, 32 free throws in a singular game is a lot, and you expect a team who gets to that line as often to convert on their free throws, but even their guards haven't been able to convert. And Zuniga, although she's been impressive, she hasn't been able to put this game to bed in the last 2 because she's missed a couple of free throws and has extended this game because Johnson has made some big plays on the defensive end to convert in transition. We saw that tough teardrop runner that she gets to go down. Quick timeout by Coach Basin. Wants to set up a press. Possession ball is on your side. So if you get the tie up, you will be rewarded with the ball back. And I thought that was a quick foul on Zuniga. Didn't need a fouler that quick on that set right there. Got fortunate enough that it was only just a 2-point possession. Got it back there with Johnson getting that floater. But right now, I think we have maybe 2 to 3 seconds. You tell the ref, we are not fouling. We are trying to hold on to the ball. That's our initial thought. But then if they're able to get out of that press, that is when you foul immediately because you need to preserve game clock. So if you don't get the ball or get a tie up by 10 seconds with 14 left on the clock, then you need to foul immediately right here.
This game is for second place in the district. CE King 10-2 in the district. North Shore 9-3. CE King going to inbound the ball. 14 seconds remaining in the game. Up by 2, 39-37. They're inbounding the ball in their own backcourt under the basket on the left side. Janiyah Coleman is going to be guarding. This is Patterson trying to get the ball in. Great defense. Get it to Zeninga. Anderson and Coleman are around her. She's right along the baseline. Then there's going to be a foul. It's going to go back to North Shore. Wow.
That's good on Anderson. She stood her ground. Zuniga using the arm arm to push off, and that's what I mentioned. You have to play those 4 seconds right there. Now it's 10.2 seconds left on the game clock in the fourth quarter. Use those 4 seconds to force the turnover, and now you're in position to tie it or take the lead.
Coleman inbounding the ball. Johnson, Ty Bass, Sharman Bailey, and Brelo and Anderson in the game. For the CE King Panthers, Conway, Zeninga, Patterson, Kraut, and Cooper. They're going to inbound the ball in the front court. Coleman on the left side. They're trying to tell players, coach, referees, having a little conversation. 10.2 seconds. CE King with the lead, 39-37. The boys North Shore basketball team, all with their cell phones out to get this last deal in. Now they're going to call they're trying to get Keetro Burrow into the game. Not able to get her into the game.
Yeah, she got way too late to the scoring table. Not able to get her in on this final possession, which is huge.
Johnson with the ball. Being guarded by Cooper. In between the 2.2. Bass. Over to Brelo and Anderson. For 3! Good! Wow!
Clutch. That's all you could say. It hasn't been going well outside the three-point line the whole game. But Brelo and Anderson, when she needed to step up, she hits the game winner.
40-39, North Shore with the three-point basket by Brelo and Anderson, who was 1 for 4 from the three-point, 0 for 3 from the three-point range to start. She puts it up and in. They storm the court. The boys come out and excited to see the final action here at the North Shore Gymnasium gym. With the final score, the North Shore Mustangs 49, CE King Panthers 39. Paul and I will be right back here for the post-game show on the Legacy Sports Network.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
The final score here today from the North Shore Gymnasium gym, the North Shore Mustangs 40, CE King Panthers 39, Paul.
You know, I find it very funny and fitting at the end. It is a Brelo Anderson wing 3 to be the game winner and the deciding factor after a game that was so abysmal from outside the arc. They were taking relentless shots, good shots, open shots, but we know that they're not a good three-point shooting team. Very fitting at the end. They were able to finally whip it around the perimeter like they were the whole game. Find Brelo Anderson at the wing. She had to take that shot. 2 seconds left on the clock. It was interesting if Keetro Burrow was able to get into the game. What were they going to run out of that sideline out of bounds? Got to the scoring table late, but they were able to execute it perfectly. Huge win for Coach Basin. This puts him at a tie for second in the district, which we mentioned. This game, win or lose, is going to be impactful with the standings. If you win this game against King, you're tied. If you lose this game, you find yourself in a tie with Kingwood for 3rd spot, and then maybe even eventually falling down to that 4th spot. So which is a huge win and is the statement win that the North Shore Mustangs needed going into the final week of the season.
The North Shore Mustangs scored 17 points in that 4th quarter, CE King 10. When we come back, Paul and I will get the game balls here for tonight's action here on the Legacy Sports Network.
When life gets in the way, a work trip, family plans, or even bad weather, don't let your tickets go to waste. Quick Assist makes it simple. Your seats are listed on every major marketplace at the same time, saving you the hassle and putting money back in your pocket. Whether it's the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, or NCAA, we've got you covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on our website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
Welcome back to the Legacy Sports Network with a final score of the North Shore Mustangs 40, CE King 39. Paul, who are you giving your game balls here tonight for today's afternoon action to?
Well, you start with Mia Zuniga for the Panthers tonight. It was unfortunate for her because she had a really impressive game as a freshman. She committed that crucial turnover with 10 seconds left. We talked about it on the inbounds. Give enough time right there and you could force a turnover, and that's what the Mustangs were able to do. She was really impressive, though. She had a lot of good distribution on the offensive end, hit big-time shots, just couldn't finish on the free throw line as well to try to close this one out. I'd give it to her because she has a long career ahead of her for this one. She has to keep her head up. But on this side, it was Kobe Johnson that sparked it. I think what was the deciding factor in this game was that little 5-0 run in that first half by Johnson, just to spark some momentum and just give her squad some energy going into halftime. They stuck with it. They were hanging around. CE King got this up to double digits in the 3rd quarter, but they kept battling back, and then it was such good defensive intensity, and there was our highest scoring output was 17 in that 4th quarter. All things were just kind of aligning, and then in that last possession, you just had to execute right there. It was a great play. Honestly, I thought they should have gotten Kuchaburo in that game, and that should have been something that Coach Basin did a lot sooner, because I thought that was going to be the matchup with Watson out the game after being fouled out. But good on them to just whip it around the perimeter. Good extra one pass to Anderson for the wing 3, knocks that down, and that was pure swish. That was the best shot of the night.
What was great to see there, Paul, was Kobe Johnson, who had the ball at the top of the key, who's been the main scorer here tonight, scoring 16 points, decided not to try to be the superstar and was able to pass the ball around. Got it to Coleman, who then passed it over to Anderson for the 3 and makes the basket to win the game here today, Paul.
Yeah, that's a good point you mentioned. Just the unselfishness of Johnson. She had been the one that got this one going in the 4th quarter. She asked the extra pass to Coleman. Coleman, headsy, a high IQ guard, dishes out to Anderson. Anderson was just camped out in that right wing, just waiting for that shot. You mentioned 0 for 3 the whole game. Biggest shot of the game. She knocks it down, and that is a huge win for Coach Basin and the squad going into the last week of the regular season.
So the final score was North Shore Mustangs 42, the CE King Panthers 39. Paul, any final thoughts here before we close out this afternoon?
We mentioned it was big in district standings. Obviously, if you take a loss, there's a lot of game pressure going into that last game against the reigning state champion, Summer Creek. Now you give yourselves a little bit of room for error in that game. You know that you have at least the 3 spot in the district. In terms of seedings and rankings-wise, when it comes to playoffs, it will be determined, but that's a good win for Coach Basin and the squad. Really impressed.
Well, again, thanks for joining us here for Matinee Basketball. Join us Wednesday night at 6:50 p.m. Saturday for the North Shore boys. We'll face the Summer Creek Bulldogs right here at the North Shore Gymnasium Gym. For Paul Sanchez, I'm Jeff Kemps. The final score, the North Shore Mustangs 40 to the CE King Panthers 39. You've been listening to girls basketball here on the Legacy Sports Network. Have a great afternoon.
You've been listening to Houston Area High School Basketball on the Legacy Sports Network. Copyright 2026.